YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paul Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit that doggone subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Every time I post up new content, well, people, as usual, right? Damn. I get up, wash my face, brush my teeth, check my emails, check social media, because I already know somebody gonna give me one, right? But before I actually really go out and do anything that I'm gonna talk about today, I will say, and I hope DL Hughley hear this, but I know it ain't gonna get back to this bitch ass. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Thoughts and prayers to the people down there in New Orleans that's actually really getting hit by Hurricane Ida, whether it was whether it was naturally made or man made, or as I like to say, Lucifer's harp, right? But enough of that. I gotta get on D.L. Hughley's case because I swear, every time this raggedy motherfucker open up his mouth, he sticks his foot in it. And the only reason why I'm doing it, and this is the only reason why I said the whole thoughts and prayers thing, is because how about this motherfucker gonna get on his little soapbox and he's gonna sit up here and talk about, isn't it funny that the things that you pray for, right, or the things that you actually really care about, right? And then it was like, it's almost like he was saying that you only pray because of where you live and who you listen to. So I got a question for you, right? So considering that everybody don't live under the same conditions. So let's just say that the people that eat steak and lobster every day, right? They live in a 20 to 30 room house, right? They got cars out the ass. They got maids and everybody cooking for them, right? So you saying that they don't pray. Well, if that's the case, then 9 times out of 10, you probably fall up under that category. So, again, all what I'm trying to get at is this. Anytime, you know, I just look at it. When people pray, right? Because you get a lot of people out there that actually really believe in prayer, right? But then you got people out there that is, that's like, hey, look, Yahweh got me into this. Yahweh is gonna get me out of that. Just as long as you recognize, hey, look, there's a high power at work here. And for the most part, it could be just a test, just to see how you actually really gonna react. But this motherfucker, right, gonna sit up here and actually really make it sound like that prayer, so-called prayer, is a bad thing, right? Because again, he said it, right? He was like, we only pray because of where we live and who we listen to. So I guess we supposed to listen to you, right? That's at least that's you know, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, right? But I mean, don't sit up here and try to downplay or try to hate on people that actually really believe that that prayer works, right? It ain't my fault that your dumb ass don't believe. But again, this is Hollywood. This is the same motherfucker that's pushing the goddamn vaccine, right? This is the same motherfucker that works for Lucifer, Lucy, right? So yeah, he's supposed to get out there and say what the hell he's supposed to say, right? But what I'm saying is that I just scoped him out on this shit. Cause like I say, every time that he opened up his mouth, he sticks his damn foot in it almost. Wait, no, almost. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a, I never seen a more accurate person in all the days of living, other than a doggone sniper, right? D.L. Hughley is accurate than a motherfucker. Foot to mouth, yeah, he got that down pat. Now that I got that out the way, right? Let's talk about these two hurricanes, Hurricane Ida, Hurricane Katrina, right? And just like I said, I was listening. Damn. I was listening. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I was listening to, I was watching. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I was watching Zachary Hubbard, right? Because for the most part, when stuff like this happens, right, I most definitely know that he's gonna give me one, right? And it's just for the simple fact that I kind of figured before I actually really went on this channel and saw it, I kind of figured that he was gonna say something about this hurricane, right? But then when he actually really took what happened 16 years ago with Hurricane Katrina, right? That happened August 29th, 2005. You don't believe me? Go and Google the shit, right? And then the hurricane that just hit yesterday in the same area, right? So you be like, well, damn, okay. Lucifer's heart added once again. But then here's something else that a lot of people may have forgotten about it, right? Let's just say for the past, let's just say for the past 16 years, right? The state of New Orleans or down there in Louisiana or whatever, right? Two hurricanes have hit, right? And how many of y'all actually really remember the BP oil spill that happened back in 2010? Right? A lot of people say that a lot of, it's and so here's the deal, right? Back when Hurricane Katrina happened, they claimed that they didn't have enough time, right? So the levees, so all of the levees bust and then it flooded the city out. But they said they didn't have enough time. Okay. So my thing is this, right? What did we learn 16 years later? Apparently not nothing. Because once again, hurricane hits, the levees the levees down there ain't doing their job. So again, so it's almost like, okay, so what the fuck is actually really going on here? Right? You would think for any cities down there in the Gulf of Mexico, right? And then you almost and then here's another thing too. I mean, you got to think about it. With all of the cities down there, Louisiana, then all of the coastal cities or the Gulf of Mexico cities down there, you got Louisiana, then you got Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia, whatever it is, right? How come they don't have that same problem? Okay, I get that New Orleans is under sea level. I get that, right? But this is something that the state of Louisiana, along with the United States government, have been knowing for years. They've known that hurricanes come through there for years. So eventually you knew damn well eventually it was going to be a motherfucking problem, right? So why not put stuff in place for it to not to be a problem? And I'm like, oh well, And see, and then motherfucker, like, well, we thought, look, motherfucker, don't think makes my dick itch. Always build some shit that, I mean, I grant the fact, can't nobody build a structure. And I know I know what the hell I'm about to say now. It's gonna make me sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth right now. But just hear me out. It really ain't nothing that man can build that can actually really withstand the pressure or the hand of Yahweh. Because it's like this. Hey, look, if he don't want it to stand, guess what? He gonna knock the shit down. Right? But here's the deal. This ain't the hand of Yahweh that we're dealing with here. This is a man-made machine. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about the heart machine, which is 1,700 miles away down there in Puerto Rico. And again, just like I said, if you don't believe me, Google doggone heart locations. And there's one right down there in motherfucking Puerto Rico. So that's an easy trip, right? Then you get motherfuckers like Dick Gregory and a lot of people talk about, oh, well, all the hurricanes come off of the coast of Africa. Well, guess what? There's a heart machine like right there off of the coast of Africa too. So if you want to play that bullshit road, then hey, we can play that bullshit road. But the thing about though is this, people, you've been knowing, put like this, shit gets passed down from generation. Hey, guess what? Hurricanes hit this city. So let's put some stuff in place. Just like if we flood out, we ain't got to worry about it because we got the levees here that's going to hold back that water. Right? And I don't have to actually go back and talk about all of this stuff, what happened with Hurricane Katrina, where they said that the levees was high enough, but for whatever reason, the destruction wasn't strong enough, or an explosion happened, and then they flooded out the city of New Orleans, right? And then just like I said, I told you about the whole BP spill that happened back in 2010, right? They've been trying to get people out of whatever the hell is down there in the Gulf of Mexico. They want the people in the city of New Orleans out of there, right? But then again, here's something else that you might want to actually take in consideration of what Louisiana is known for. Voodoo, along with jazz, the French Quarter is down there, part of the Louisiana Purchase, you name it, or you name it, the city of New Orleans is going to be that with the city of New Orleans is going to be connected with it. So not to say that the voodoo kings and queens will be like, then turn on everybody down there, right? But then again, it could be the powers that be are looking at what is naturally made, and they're imitating what is naturally made, making it look like it was naturally made. So again, people, it's all about how you look at this stuff. Why is it happening in the first place? What is it that the United States government wants down there? And they want everybody out of there. Because a lot of people, once Hurricane Katrina happened, a lot of people got out of there. It ain't been back since. A lot of people still down there. And they be like, hey, look, I was born here. I was raised here. I live here and I die here. Okay, you know what? I applaud you. Hey, hey, look, you are like a diehard, person. You love your city that much. Okay, I ain't got no problem with that. I really don't. All what I'm saying, because this whole thing, right, is really for me to jump on DL Hughley's case. I mean, yeah, I know it's his show. He got it. He got his. It's his show. He can say whatever the fuck he want to say on his show. But it's almost like, okay, dog, do you really stop and think about what the fuck it is that you're talking about? 9 times out of 10, it ain't. Because if you truly knew what the fuck that was coming out of your mouth, a lot of that shit you wouldn't say. And something else too that you guys might want to stop and think about. Again, I can go back to my man, Zachary Hubbard, right? Guess who else? Out of the 2 hurricanes, right? Guess who else was involved in Hurricane Katrina and in this most recent one? Kanye West. Y'all remember what Kanye West said? Kanye West came out and said, well, President Bush doesn't care about black people. And it wasn't too much longer after that his mama died. Now he got this new album coming out. Supposed to be in a tribute to his mother or whatever. So again, I'm not going to say that. So again, it's a lot of this stuff happens too many times for it to be coincidence. It's pretty much actually what it is. It's pretty much what it is that I'm actually like really saying. So, but then again, if you actually really look at the month of August, this month here has actually like really been a crazy month, right? Considering what the hell happened over in Afghanistan, right? Then, like I say, they just smoked up all the doggone opium. Now they want to pull out. Typical nigga shit, right? They didn't want to sit up there and say that, with the whole thing with the soldiers and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, that wouldn't have been a problem if Biden and his goonies would have been blabbermouthing about, oh, well, we're going to pull out all the troops. All the troops going to be out of there by August 31st. And then, like I said, I already told y'all that a few shows back. Hey, look, when we deployed, we didn't tell nobody shit. And then even if we did, we got our asses handed to us. So with all that, not to say that I'm saying that, okay, that justified the 13 soldiers that lost their lives. If indeed they even lost their lives. Right? And I know I've probably pissed off a lot of people here. But I just tend to look at anything since 2001. We know that 9/11 was an inside job. They said all those people died. The people that hijacked the airplane, those people were already in jail or dead. Right? And then you look at this stuff here that just happened, with the whole 9/11 thing. And again, go back and watch the show that I did on the whole Afghanistan piece because I talked about it. I talked about things that, okay, hey, look, this is what the fuck happens. You put shit in play because of what the fuck you didn't discovered already. Or it could have been just for the simple fact that the stuff was already discovered. And it's just now coming out. And we just not finding out about it. Right? So with all of this stuff that's in play, whether it's all this stuff is being ran by that one thing, that one entity, or whatever the fuck that you actually really want to call it. And at this point in the junction, I'm not even gonna say that all of this is the United States government, because one government is not responsible for all this shit that's going on right now. Can't no one motherfucker do this. Right? Help it's a lot of help that's that's in play. So damn. So with all of this, what I'm saying, right? If you actually really just stop and think about it for a minute, right? Go and look up what HARP is. Go look at the locations. Go look at this shit. All this stuff that I'm talking about right now is easy access on Google, YouTube, whatever. These motherfuckers, they actually really tell you what this shit is and what it does, right? So it's not like that I'm blowing. It's not like that I'm blowing smoke up y'all's ass because I'm not. It's just for the simple fact that yeah, they put the shit out there. Then people like me look at it, try to tell y'all. They were like, well, damn, why you putting it out there? Well, ain't nobody gonna believe it no goddamn way. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's put it out there, right? So the thing, so again, D.L. Hughley, shut the fuck up, right? And then with the other stuff, connect the dots, people. Connect the motherfucking dots. And just know, listen, tomorrow, August 31st, right? So we're 12 days away from the 20th anniversary of 9/11. God forbid if anything happens. It'd be 20 years later, just like it was 20, just like it was 20, it'll be 20 years later, just like it was 16 years later from Hurricane Katrina to Hurricane Ida, right? What is that? 16 from 20 leaves you 4, right? So, again, numerology, you take that and run with it, however you actually really want to run with it. So, with that being said, hey, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, across the street, around the corner. Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Till next time. Um, Again, Monty, I hope everything is straight with you down there and your family, dog. So hit me up when you can. Till next time.